Welcome to our lesson on the 4 levels of measurement in statistics. Understanding these levels is crucial for properly analyzing data and choosing the right statistical methods. There are 4 distinct levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Each level determines what mathematical operations you can perform on your data and what statistical analyses are appropriate. Let's start with the nominal level of measurement. The word nominal comes from the Latin word for name, and that's exactly what this level represents. Names are categories with no inherent order or ranking. With nominal data, the only mathematical operation you can perform is counting how many items fall into each category. You cannot add, subtract, multiply, or divide these values. Let's look at some examples of nominal data: eye color, types of fruit, or political party affiliation. For instance, you can count how many people have blue eyes versus brown eyes, but saying blue is greater than brown would be meaningless. Moving up to the ordinal level of measurement. Ordinal data have categories that follow a clear order or ranking, but the differences between ranks are not consistent or meaningful. With ordinal data, you can count frequencies, but you can also determine which value is higher or lower in the established order. However, you still cannot perform arithmetic operations like finding the mean. Common examples include letter grades, customer satisfaction ratings, or Olympic medal standings. We know that an A is better than a B, which is better than a C, but we can't say that the difference between an A and a B is the same as the difference between a B and a C. At the interval level of measurement, we have data with a meaningful order and consistent intervals between values. This means that the difference between any 2 consecutive values is the same throughout the scale. However, interval data do not have a true 0 point. 0 is arbitrarily defined and doesn't represent the complete absence of the attribute being measured. With interval data, you can count, rank, and also perform addition and subtraction. You can calculate means and standard deviations. But multiplication and division don't make sense because of the absence of a true 0. Classic examples include temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit and calendar years. The difference between 10 degrees C and 20 degrees C is the same as the difference between 20 degrees C and 30 degrees C. But 0 degrees C doesn't mean no temperature. It's just where we decided to place 0 on the scale. Finally, we have the ratio level of measurement, which has all the properties of interval data, plus a true 0 point that represents the complete absence of the attribute. This true 0 allows us to make meaningful statements about ratios. We can say that one value is twice or half of another value. With ratio data, all mathematical operations are valid: counting, ranking, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You can calculate geometric means and coefficients of variation. Common examples include weight, height, and income. 0 kilograms means no weight at all. 10 kilograms is truly twice as heavy as 5 kilograms. Similarly, a person who earns $60,000 makes 3 times as much as someone earning $20,000. Now let's compare all 4 levels of measurement side by side. As we move from nominal to ordinal to interval to ratio, we gain more mathematical capabilities with our data. Each level includes all the properties of the levels below it, plus additional ones. For nominal data, we can only count. With ordinal data, we can count and rank. With interval data, we can count, rank, add, and subtract. And with ratio data, we can perform all arithmetic operations, including multiplication and division. Knowing which level of measurement your data belongs to is crucial for selecting appropriate statistical analyses. For example, you wouldn't calculate the mean of nominal data, and you wouldn't form ratios with interval data. To conclude, understanding the 4 levels of measurement is fundamental to proper data analysis. Nominal data are categories with no order. Ordinal data have a ranking but no consistent intervals. Interval data have equal intervals but no true 0, and ratio data have equal intervals and a true 0 point. Remember, as you move up from nominal to ratio, the amount of information in your data increases, allowing for more sophisticated statistical analyses. Always consider the level of measurement when selecting statistical methods or interpreting results. Thank you for watching.